everybody. Welcome to the next episode of SOUNDCHECK, the podcast for all things music. It's been a pretty big day, pretty big week for music anyways, so we'll jump right into it. I'm Matthew Simmons as always. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Anastasia Scott.
I'm Nate Richard.
Now, before we get to the big music news of today, which, if you can't guess, is obviously new Selena songs. I'm kidding, it's the Kanye album. Because it's so close to Halloween, we thought we would kind of talk a little bit about the state of Halloween music, and kind of like say like, you know, what's a good Halloween song, you know? Because I bet if you ask most people, they're gonna be like, yeah, Monster Mash,
Right.
and then won't get past that.
Yeah.
So, one of you guys want to start and just say like, what was like a Halloween song that you think?
Well, I
was really
gave
good?
mine up for Anastasia.
Stop, it's a good song and I deserve it.
Yeah, you do deserve it. I chose Psycho Killer by the Talking Heads, which I think counts as a Halloween song.
I would say.
Because you can look at like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger as psycho killers or Norman Bates. So that's why I chose it. It wins.
No.
Wow, I didn't realize this was a competition.
I didn't either.
But you got to step up now.
I
It's
guess.
yours.
Season of the Witch literally has the term witch in it by Donovan. I mean, so it's kind of got more of a Halloween feel than Psycho Killer because guess what? Psychopaths aren't just Halloween.
Ooh, got you there. I mean, I don't like sit down and watch Zodiac for Halloween, so that's a good point. But they're still really good.
They're both really good songs.
Yeah.
My choice was just because it came out so recently. It's Nothing Is Safe by Clipping.
Yeah.
Just a really good example of like what a modern day Halloween song could sound like. Just because it's very creepy and has a cool John Carpenter-esque
Right.
beat in the background. But you guys' choices of songs are fairly like a few decades old.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to know like, why do you think that Halloween music isn't so big, especially like with modern music today?
I think it's hard to come up with stuff, I guess, because you don't want to copy anyone.
Right.
And I don't feel like anyone goes, aha, you know what, my album that I've been preparing for the last couple of years, I'm going to do Halloween. Like, no one does that because their first thought isn't to go with the season unless it's Christmas because then you make big bucks.
Yeah, that's the thing because Christmas is so saturated. You get Christmas songs every
Right.
single year, but there are like no Halloween songs
Which
that
is quite
ever
sad.
come out, which is very sad. Yeah, what do you think?
Ghostbusters. I think that, I mean, it's a movie theme song, but I think
Right.
it counts
I think-
as a Halloween song, but
The entire soundtrack to Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I just think it's much harder to write music about than Christmas. Like a lot of people can sing about the snow
Right.
without even saying the word
Snow.
Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or it's a lot easier. And then with Halloween, what are you gonna talk about? Like the leaves,
Yeah.
ghosts.
I mean,
you can sing
yeah.
about ghosts, but it's all gonna sound
We
familiar.
need like a
at
hardcore trap
certain
song
point.
about carving pumpkins.
Christmas, you can like go with the hymnals. Like if you really want.
Yeah.
Like it's easy. It's pre-written. You just gotta sing it and then put some music behind it.
Yeah, you can put, there's enough of it out there you can put your own spin on.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. But with Halloween, it's like you have to prepare it and then like come up with the concept yourself. It's not like where it's just pre-written and you can just do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's
yeah.
the
Yeah,
issue.
and with the Clipping song that I chose, the rest of their album is kind of spooky in a way, but it's not outright like horror, like slashing and
Right.
murders. It's kind of like the horrors of like today's society a little bit. So I could maybe see like if people made like Halloween songs that was meant for like radio and not just for like just to put it out there.
Right.
Like that would kind of be a cool angle to go at it. Just tackle some issues, but just with something spooky. Or, what's wrong about making a song about like a serial killer?
Or vampires or werewolves.
You can look at
anything.
Alice Cooper. A lot of his music is like spooky themed. I just had thought of that right
Alice
now.
Cooper and like also Rob Zombie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both have very
Forgot he did
niche
music.
which I didn't think about. But
Well, I mean, it's not like those are people that are on like
Like the top
popular,
40.
yeah, like top
Yeah.
40 or top 100 or whatever. They're just kind of like, oh hey, we're making music. And you're like, Good job, guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
They're just doing what they do best.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a little bit of a surprise question. If you could choose any modern day artist to make a Halloween song, who do you think would do it really well?
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
I think Halsey could do really good because she already kind of has like an interesting like.
Yeah, like she had that Nightmare song.
Yeah,
come out
and she just had
recently.
Graveyard as well come out.
Yeah.
And both those kind of have like a creepy kind of music tone to it, and I think she could do really well with it.
Yeah.
I'll just go with my default for anything, and that's Beck. I don't know. I think he can do a lot of different kinds of
yeah.
music, and I think he could definitely make something that's freaky and like spooky. And there used to be songs when I was younger that like scared the heck out of me. So
Really?
Yeah.
well, one was a stupid Halloween song.
Oh,
It was
What was
Attack
it?
of the Killer Tomatoes, and it scared me for some
Oh,
reason. I don't
yes.
know why.
baby.
Poor little small Nate is just like cowering in the corner. It's like, turn it off, please.
What about you, Matthew?
I would say like, I know her music is already kind of spooky. It's kind of going off the same idea of why you said Halsey.
Yeah.
Like Billie Eilish.
Oh,
could
Billie would be
probably
very
really get away
good.
with that.
Yeah.
Like her music is already very aesthetically like spooky.
Yeah, the oh gosh, I feel bad because I really like her.
Yeah.
The Where Did You Go or the When You Fall Asleep.
Yes.
That song's very like.
And the music video is very cool too.
It
With
is.
like her getting possessed or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
she would
cool
be
stuff.
very good with it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or Logan's favorite band, Hollywood Undead.
Oh, they're just
I could hear him yelling in the other room.
perfect.
It's wonderful. But yeah, I mean, I would really hope to see more Halloween music.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
would be really fun.
I'm kind of sick and tired of new Christmas songs, or at least like the same Christmas songs be made every year. Like, let's get more artists to like just jump out and just make something super spooky.
I want another Hanukkah song. Come on.
Adam Sandler.
I know, he
There we
wrote
go.
one.
We got one.
We got one Hanukkah song. Come on, we could have, what's Kwanzaa? Is Kwanzaa around that time too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the day
so could
after
have a
Christmas.
Kwanzaa song. That could be fun.
Just very obscure holiday songs. would
Yeah.
be-
St.
Why not?
Nicholas Day, the
There you go.
German holiday.
We could have Krampus song.
Yeah. Krampus is.
I could see like a Krampus song being like super metal,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
something very very hardcore. Would be the way to go with that. So these are very cool answers. I like all of these. I would devote a whole podcast to talking about just the straight Halloween songs. But someone had to release new music today, randomly, so we have to talk about that. Kanye West dropped Jesus is King early this morning after saying it was going to come out in September, and then being like, just kidding, it's not coming out in September, we're going to go like October. And then it was supposed to come out like last night, and then it didn't. And he tweeted something about him still trying to fix the mixes on it. And then finally, it dropped. We've all listened to it. I listened to it a few times this morning. I want to go over to Nate first this time and see what his initial thoughts on it were.
It's bad. I typically like Kanye. I liked his last album, Kid Sees Ghost with Kid Cudi. I really like that
Yeah,
album
it's one of my
quite
favorites.
a bit. I thought that was him returning to his roots. And Ye, is that how you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That had some good tracks
Yeah, it was
on
pretty good too.
Ghost Town was probably my favorite track on there. But this one, and I like gospel music too, but this whole thing was just bad. It was poorly written. I thought the acoustics were, like the song rhythm, I thought it was just poor. The Chick-fil-A line.
We can talk about that definitely more in depth, but your main
so
reaction is just
bad.
not bad, and I know you feel the same way as someone who's not a regular Kanye listener.
Oh
right?
no, I don't listen to Kanye. Like last time I think I listened to him was like in middle school when he was on the radio, and that was about it. And I don't listen to him recently because I don't really agree with his standpoints. So I don't support people who I don't like
Just
their
stay
standpoints. Yeah, like their statements. I don't like, so I'm not going to mess with them.
Fair.
And I will admit, I like gospel music can be really cool, and like you can definitely do a lot of things with it. Like lots of rappers have before used gospel music as like a sampling or the background or something like that for their songs, and it's worked really, really well. This was just literally gospel music with rap over it. And as someone who was like raised as like a Christian, in a Christian household where we listen to like contemporary Christian music, there's a lot better Christian rappers than like this gospel music. Like, this is bad. Like, Lecrae, sorry. Lecrae. Have you ever heard of Lecrae? He's good. And this is not good, okay? I hated this.
I thought you were about to say Toby Mac for some reason.
Okay, you know what? Toby Mac's not bad. Leave him alone.
Yeah, this is pretty much in par with the Toby Mac record. That's a joke. But no, I would agree with both of you. I really did not enjoy this a lot. I think the main problem I had with it is, you know, because it's a Kanye album, like the production's really good.
No,
It's got some good beats and
I liked
Chick-fil-A.
No, the for God or something like that, where they had the beeping.
One of the ones with that's near the end.
Yeah, I actually liked like that sound. I thought it was really cool. But
That's not the Kenny G song, is it?
It might be. Yes, it's the Kenny G song.
Yeah.
Kenny G's on this album for some reason.
Kenny G has maybe my favorite part in this entire album.
Use this
where
gospel.
It stops, like the instrumental just pauses, and it's just him doing a sax solo. It's wonderful.
It's actually pretty good. Like, I like Kenny G.
It comes out of nowhere, just random Kenny G, and you're just like, I like this.
That was the one highlight.
Yeah.
The one. That's Chick-fil-A.
So because it's been brought up, we'll talk about that. So there is the fourth track on the album is called "Closed on Sunday," and there is a refrain in the song that pops up over and over again, and the lyric is literally, I have to pull it up because I want to get it right. Closed on Sunday, you're my Chick-fil-A.
How romantic.
And it
So
repeats
great. So lyrical.
a few times throughout this track, and it ends with an auto-tuned Kanye just screaming, Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's another thing.
So
I understand having auto-tune in songs because sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes you can have it and it makes sense and it sounds good. He just had random auto-tune for no reason. And it did not sound good, and there was no, like, I don't understand.
It's a very Kanye thing to do. He likes to sing very auto-tune heavy.
It. Sometimes it sounds good, but this time it didn't.
Yeah, I would agree. There is some weird creative decisions that don't work. Like I liked the first two tracks, Every Hour and Sela. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but like because when you think of gospel music, like you think it's very like uplifting and loud and just makes you like like your heart soar a little bit. At least that's what I think. I'm not really attuned to gospel music.
I get it.
And those first two follow that really well, but there are just a lot of just very like weirdly like choir tracks where it's just like a very skeletal beat.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
just the
West-
choir.
Yeah, West just kind of raps or it's mostly just preaching, because you know, all the songs, of course, it's going to be about religion and his new outlook on life, but he doesn't really bring anything new besides, like, to the table, besides just the statement that he loves Jesus.
Right.
There's really nothing deeper than that throughout this album.
It all just felt like, I'm a Christian now.
Yeah,
I love Jesus.
It seemed very much because that's where a lot of his Twitter rants and a lot of his interviews have been heading off to. It's just kind of the musical equivalent of him just being like, look at me accepting like a religion now.
Instead of worshiping himself.
Yeah, he's changed from, except, you know, the other day he had an interview with, I don't remember who, but he also proclaimed himself to be the best living human being around.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if he's read the Bible then, because, sir, that is not how it works.
No.
I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah, it's weird how that interview came out a few days before an album literally titled Jesus is King.
I just,
Oh.
I don't get it.
You
can make really good music about like how you've changed your life, and lots of people have, and over the years, like how, and you don't even have to like write a whole album about how you're a Christian now or whatever. You can just start acting like it, and that can get a message across. But we know that's not going to happen.
Look at Alice Cooper, who I was bringing up earlier.
Yeah.
He's like a devout Christian.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like Prince was a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
None of that is brought up in their music. They don't need to gloat about it in their songs or anything.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
feel like Kanye's just doing gloating.
I think one of the hardest things to do, or like, I think the best way to make, because I will say, like, most like Christian music is just not my thing, especially like Christian rock is just not good most of the time. But if you do have like artists who do have like Christian backgrounds, or may like throw some of their religious beliefs through their lyrics, they're usually not flat out, I love Jesus or anything. They're very like kind of metaphorical, and there's like a hidden depth into it that you can look at and be like, yeah, I can kind of like connect that to the religion. But this album's just very preachy. Yeah.
The one song that got turned into a movie like last year that had Dennis Quaid, what was that?
Oh, I Can Only Imagine.
That's not a bad song. That's like the one Christian contemporary song I like.
It's super popular. I can't believe they made a whole song into a movie.
I think they're doing another like movie about a Christian song.
I'm not surprised.
With Archie.
I will say.
That's right.
I wonder if like this whole thing is just a publicity stunt, because it's not like the first time he's ever done something outrageous. And
yeah, that is very true. He's kind of changed around his lifestyle and a little bit kind of to reflect like and just build curiosity around his album.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
We never got Yandi.
No, which I'm curious as to what Yandi actually sounded like.
I don't know if it will ever come out.
No, I know. Like, I think some of it leaked.
Really?
There was a few leaks floating around with like some unofficial track lists that were from him, but I never got a chance to listen to it. I think they're all taken down now.
Yeah, you could find them
somewhere.
Dark web.
Yeah, I was about to say, you could find them.
We don't promote torrenting or the dark web here at The Real Deal, but it's there. But I will say that there are there's like a few good tracks on here. Like, I'll wrap up my thoughts on this album real quickly to get to our next topic.
Rap.
I'm dead inside. Anyway, like a few good tracks. Like I said, the first two are good. Use This Gospel is pretty good. Everything We Need was decent with Ty Dolla $ign. But just mostly it's a short album, so all these songs kind of feel unfinished and rushed. Like, these could have used a little bit more time to bake and maybe add more things to it.
Well, apparently if he was doing it at the last minute.
Yeah, he was. It's weird. He said he's mixing it last minute, and like some of the mixing on the vocals is also very not well done in some of these tracks.
You can tell he was doing it last minute. Like.
I mean, it's kind of, he did the same thing with Life of Pablo, where like after the release date, he was changing it and adding more things to it after release, which...
That album was good.
Yeah, that one was actually good.
And I'm like all for, like, that's kind of a cool thing, like being able to change things and do that. I mean, like, Lady Gaga just re-released her One Thing because of, R. Kelly was on one of her tracks.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she re-released it without him on it.
Very cool.
Changing your music is okay, especially if you're like trying to make it better. But when you know it's not good, don't release it in the first place.
Yeah, maybe it could have been delayed a few more times.
Yeah.
So I'll say off the bat, this is probably already like my least favorite Kanye record.
Yeah.
And I'd probably give it maybe a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Oh wow, I was going 3.
I'd say 3.
I'm gonna guess that with more repeat listens, it'll probably go down, just because there's not a whole lot of qualities of coming back to it.
This is not an album you can listen to over and over again.
No.
Like, there's certain ones that you're like, oh, I love this song, and I'll listen to it 20 times, and you also is not gonna get any radio play.
No, I mean a lot of West's music doesn't really get a whole lot of radio play. He just kind of goes off the fact that people will listen to anything he releases. But yeah, just because
you made me listen to it.
I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I really am just very disappointed by this as someone who usually likes his music. But all right, well, those are our thoughts about Jesus is King. Let's move on to our last and final topic. Selena Gomez, who released 2 singles. You said first one came out 2 days ago?
Yep, and the other one came out. It was the
Lose You to Love Me came out first, right?
Yes.
And then Look at Her Now came out yesterday.
Yes.
And And my first impressions on it, I think I like Lose You to Love Me a little bit more. I think, you know, they're both very generic kind of pop songs, but I thought that this song, just with like the stripped back like piano, just really showcased her voice very well.
I actually really liked the Lose You to Love Me. I can never remember it. I'm sorry. I liked it a lot though. It was really interesting, and
It's very pretty.
I went through the comments because I didn't know like what this beef was, but apparently it's about Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I saw an article
Really?
like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not, but if you look into the lyrics, it makes sense.
Because it was like she said something about like 2 months after we broke up, you found somebody else.
Yeah, as soon as you start throwing out like timelines, you're like,
oh yeah, there's
research.
it's there. It's solid.
Did you like that one?
I like that one more than what's the other?
Look at Her Now.
Look at Her Now. I like Lose You to Love Me a lot more.
Yeah.
It's more. I don't know. It works better.
It just works better. Look at Her Now. I don't like at all.
It's a generic pop song.
It's a very generic pop song. I don't know why they had
the chorus, which is literally her like, just doing just like in a pattern. I can't think of it right now in my head, but like as soon as that started, I was like,
I know. I didn't really like it. I like the music video though. It was fun.
Yeah, music videos are both solid. Very cool.
I just listened to it on Spotify.
Yeah.
No, you gotta watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Come on, man. What are you doing?
Get with it. We're staying right on topic.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like I think the chorus is what threw me off the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a very big Selena Gomez fan,
No.
like in any sense.
No.
I mean, her last album had some decent songs on it, but most of the time when I hear her stuff, I don't like stop at my tracks and I'm wow, this is great. And thing is, like with Lose You to Love Me, like I don't think she's particularly like a great vocalist.
Yeah.
But like that song really, like I thought she sounded very good in that one.
She has a very interesting way of like singing.
It's kind of like whispery.
It's whispery. It's almost a like sing talk. She does a lot. Like, and I'm not like down on it. Like it's all right.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad.
But
it's
not my favorite.
Yeah.
It almost kind of reminds me a little bit of like what Billie Eilish is doing. Although I think Eilish has a little bit more of a range.
Yeah.
Billie can like sing. Like if you like
She's
go
good.
and listen to some of her tracks, she can really sing. I think it's more of an artistic choice, whereas Selena's like
Selena's is like that's just
that's
how
what
she
I got.
sounds.
That's
Sorry,
how
guys.
I am.
Accept me. But yeah, they're both better than anything on Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Would listen to those way more than I listen to Kanye. I don't know. It's like I wonder if she's going to release a full album or
I think only because that she released 2 songs in a row makes me think that there's a lot more material that's going to be coming out. Yeah, next year is going to be a huge year for pop records.
Why is that?
We've got Selena. We've got Harry Styles is going to be doing one.
I'm so excited for the Harry Styles album, and no one can tell me any differently. I'm so pumped.
I agree with you. I think last time on SOUNDCHECK I briefly mentioned it, but no, that I really do enjoy his first album, and this new song is pretty good too.
He's supposed to be on SNL on November 16th.
He's doing double duty.
Yes, he is.
Which
He's
is-
going to be
is
host
insane.
and the musical guest, so I'm really hoping he's going to release the album before that, but I doubt it's going to happen. But I
You
hope.
could drop on the songs then.
I would be
Well,
very happy.
usually on SNL they perform like 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah, they do.
And I think he mentioned like he teased a new title of a track
Right.
not too long ago, like Watermelon something.
Cantaloupe or...
I think it was Watermelon.
Was it watermelon? It was a fruit. I know because he said kiwi, and then it was a fruit, another fruit. And I don't remember what it was.
Goes from kiwi to watermelon something, but people were kind of debating that's probably going to
Kiwi,
be
watermelon, pomegranate.
Yes, sponge cake.
Yes.
That's for Logan. We could devote a whole episode. I will briefly just name drop it just because I'm talking about it. Logan showed me this amazing video. It is Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
Oh, God.
But Margarita and every other end of the song is replaced with the word sponge cake. And it's beautiful and it works.
That's so stupid. Why? Why
I don't
devote your
know.
time to
Sponge
that?
Because don't judge it until you listen to it.
I will.
It is the
poetic.
best song of the year,
Okay.
and Sponge Cake
I
is
don't know.
canon.
There's been some really good songs.
No, they're not Spongeritaville.
There's
Okay.
no good music.
All right.
All music is gone. Jesus. Well, on that note, I think it's probably a good time to wrap it up this time. We've pretty much covered everything we need to do. So, please go listen to the Kanye album, see what you think, form your own opinion on it. The new Selena Gomez songs are good to listen to. And
Petition for Halloween songs.
yeah, if you are a musician, we are reaching out to you. We need you to make more Halloween music. I don't care what time of the year it comes out. It could come out in February for all I care. Just make it, because that'd be cool.
Make it a birthday gift for Matthew and I.
Yeah.
We're both February
Little
babies.
Pisces
I'm
babies.
in October. I'm a Halloween baby for real.
Oh, wow.
Look at you being
Halloween.
so cool.
I'm spooky.
God,
Anyways,
bigger ego than Kanye over here. That's it. Once again, I'm Matthew,
I'm Anastasia.
I'm Nate.
and thanks for tuning in.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
No.